Good morning, everybody. This is Big Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so we're here with coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. We want you to sit back, relax, hydrate, and join the conversation. I'm here with my co host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I'm Carolina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So welcome to the program today. What's our topic this morning, Fran? Hey, Terrell, how you doing?
Hey, Terrell. And Barb was
Oh, Barb's here. Hi, Barb.
in early today. Thanks, Barb. Hi. Yeah, are you at rest?
I know I am. You know,
Let, let that marinate. Are you at rest?
mm, hmm
Yeah, are we really?
Well, let me ask you this: Are we at rest concerning what, Fran?
Okay. Because let me just look at my little note over here that I wrote this morning. I was having one of those moments. It's like, am I at rest?
hmm
Really, am I really at rest? Is this even while I'm working?
You know, when you're operating in your gift, it should be peaceful.
Right, and you should
It
be at rest.
shouldn't be
In
stressed out and, you know what I mean, anxious about things. And
Correct.
now someone's going to say, does that mean we shouldn't see Jay said the same thing?
Rest about
Rest
what?
about what? Well, you know, we're talking business here this morning. So most of the questions that we ask center around business. But when we ask these questions, a lot of times if things are not well in other areas of our life, it spills over into how we approach business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because the way you do one thing is usually the way you do everything.
Everything.
So if your mind is cluttered, if your home is cluttered, if your bedroom's cluttered, then you're probably going to have a cluttered office. You're probably going to have a cluttered, or let's say your car. If your car is cluttered, it sort of carries through. It develops a pattern of how you do things.
Right.
So the
So,
question becomes,
are you at rest?
are you at rest?
You- Um, there's a lot of people who are working from panic mode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to go do that. And I got to be here and I got to be there and I got to put my social media up and I got to do this. And you look like the Energizer Bunny. And Jay says the world makes you feel like you can never rest, but
It,
you
it,
don't
it
have,
does.
it makes you feel that way, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to join in that party. You don't have to go to that
Mm-hmm.
party. You don't have to go to the party that keeps you hyped up through the day and you're not getting rest. And
Mm-hmm.
so the question becomes, not being in a panic mode, if you are prepared, you won't be in panic. If you,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me go back to this. If you know who you are, hey, Pat,
Mm-hmm.
if you know who you are, you know why you're here, you know what you're doing. If you know who you are, what you're doing, and why you are there, you have a plan, you should be at rest. You should be okay with what
Mm-hmm.
I'm all good
Mm-hmm.
because I'm following my own plan. I'm not following everybody else's plan because when you plan to prepare for what's coming, you won't be in a panic. You'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
rest. You'll be able to just and get up and do the things that you need to do according to your plans. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
your mind is at rest. And like you said, Terry, but if your mind is cluttered up with a bunch of thoughts that are not yours,
hmm
they're not your thoughts.
You know, something that I have found recently is that if I take in too many ideas, I become paralyzed. It's like, okay, I can't do that, and I can't do that, and if I add this, this is not going to happen, and it just gets to the point where, in fact, I have found myself in a state of paralyzation. I just don't do anything, and
Well,
I guess we could say it's paralyzation, or we could say, just whatever, people. You know what I'm saying?
but that becomes because that normally happens when you don't have your own plan.
Exactly.
When you
Or
don't,
you allow people to disrupt your plan,
right.
and you don't.
The
Mhm.
operative word is the common denominator is I allow someone to
Exactly.
interrupt my plan to, or I'm
Mhm.
looking over there. Well, maybe their stuff is a little better, or maybe I should be doing it. I'm looking over there instead of sticking to what I wrote down,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
my plan of action, sticking to my assignment, my work, the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, my plan. I need to stick to my plan.
Mhm.
If I don't have a plan, I'm going to be on somebody else. I will be on someone else's plan.
Mhm. Or your plan just doesn't happen because you don't do it. You don't develop your plan. You don't rework your plan. You don't. You just sort of abandon your plan.
Why? What are some of the reasons why somebody would abandon their plans?
Well, you can feel like it's not good enough. You should constantly be tweaking it. It's sort of like you remember the story of the man and the donkey, and he was forging the river, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, that's you got too much on that donkey. You ought to help that donkey out. You ought to carry some of that stuff." So he takes the stuff off, and he's wading through the water carrying some of the stuff. And they said, "Oh, look at that donkey. That donkey looks like he's going to drown. Boy, you mean you want that donkey? You better help him out." Next, you know, he's carrying the stuff, the donkey, and before he knows it, he's underwater and he has drowned because people have always got a comment. And so if you're listening to everybody, your plan is going to drown. If you because you can listen to people, but if you start trying to implement everything, I don't know, you just get distracted. So those are some of the ways that we can end up unconsciously abandoning our plan.
Okay, and based on what you just said, you didn't have your own plan, or you thought somebody else's plan was a little better than yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see how that can be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you really should be on your own plan. Knowing you, okay, I'm going back to this because we had a great discovery weekend last month. Who are you? Why are you here? Those are the first two things that will help you solidify your plan, and you will be at rest. When you know who you are, when you know why you're here, when you know what you can do, you will be at rest,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can get in your groove, get in your lane, begin to implement your plans, or you can start your own plans, formulate your own plans, implement your own plans, carry them out, and tweak them as necessary. But you're doing you. You're at rest when you're doing you. You're not at rest when you're someone else. Because now you got to check, okay, wait, how did they do that? Okay, let me do that. How did they do that? Let me do that. How did they do that? Let me do. You're not you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not happy when you're not you. You are not at rest when you are not you. You are not at rest when you are not you, because you're busy
Mm-hmm.
trying to be someone else that you were never called to be. we have to tweak, find out who you are, what it is that you do, put together your plan, go for it. Now, that doesn't mean because you're going to get a lot of suggestions, like Terry said. You're going to get people calling, people saying this funnel, do this, do that, da 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 da. They're going to tell you what worked for them and the recipe that worked for them. Okay, fine. Are there parts of that recipe? Maybe you make the lemon cake with a little bit of lemon zest or a little bit of orange zest mixed in. Or some people, I'm going to put a little bit of lemon oil, whatever. Tweak the recipe and make it your own. But are you at rest? Jill from Breathing Space is here, and she helps you calm your chaos. Jill, I saw something that I thought about you. It was an app called Abide, and you can check it out in the App Store. And I thought about you, and I'm like, Jill can make this an easier app, because I went over there to look at it. You know, I like listening to Ocean, or I want something. It was when you see it, it's a Christian guided meditation thing. And I was like, I have to listen to Jill, because I'm not understanding where they're going with this. Just saying. But anyway, it's a good concept, but I wanted it. I wasn't comfortable with the process. Maybe because it was like late in the evening when I was in there messing with it, and I wasn't all in. But you got ideas, make them your own. Jill mentioned last week when she was on Happy Healthy Habits.
Yes.
Last week,
Robin's show.
She mentioned about how her voice is calming, and she never thought about it being calming, but everyone else kept telling her.
I find it very soothing.
Her voice is very soothing, and you feel like, oh, I can relax. You can be at rest, especially at the Breathing Space. At Breathing Space, you can be at rest, and she helps you bring it all down, and you're not like, it just, okay, it's almost like putting the stuff on your hair when your hair gets frizzy, like mine is today. And it takes the electricity out of it and calms everything down. Is that your space? Is that what you're supposed to be doing? How are you? You need to be at rest when you're working. When you're working in your genius, you need to be at rest. You're not doing something because someone else is doing it, because they made 6 figures at it. I'm going to do it too. Okay, we said this before. If you're a banana, you are not wired to be an orange, so stop. Be the orange. Enjoy the orange. Don't be yellow. Enjoy the orange. So that was our conversation this morning. You know, is your mind at rest? You can enjoy your work. Oh, wait, a profitable business is fun to run.
Fun to run, girl.
No hassle in the hustle.
I'm just saying.
You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed
to
enjoy your work.
I was looking at some synonyms for our plan, and one of the things that stood out to me was organize, arrange, line up, target, hope, intention, do things with intention. So those are just some of the things that, okay. Master plan, proposal, a plan of action. So I just said, okay, interesting. And so I went over there, and of course I looked at some synonyms, some other things. So it says arrangement, strategy, system, policy, procedure, program, project, method. Oh,
okay.
And then, I mean, it's quite a list, but oh, okay. That's a different way to look at it. A proposal, a system, a method. All of those are plans.
I have a book coming out in September, fall. Let's just say fall.
Mhm.
Control Alt Delete.
Mhm.
Resetting your mind. Resetting your mind, and thrive. Retweaking. Well, in the book, there's a portion of the book that talks about when you hit Control Alt Delete on a computer, it does a couple of things. One,
Mhm.
it interrupts the process that's been going on. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So when you had PCs, I'm not on a PC anymore, but when I was on a PC, if I wanted the behavior, what was happening on the computer to stop, I would have to hit Control Alt Delete so that I can shut down a program that wasn't functioning properly.
Mhm.
So Control Alt Delete, it allowed you to shut down or force quit a program that's not working. There are a lot of programs that may be in our lives that are not working. We need to Control Alt Delete and shut some of them programs down. There could be thoughts that are in our heads that we picked up from somewhere else that are not working. It might not even been our thought. It could be
Mhm.
somebody else's thought or anything. This is not working. Oh, that particular program for putting your post up doesn't work. In the program, find one that works. Right? You have to
Yeah.
interrupt things that are not, or either you're in a loop and you're doing it over and over and you're in this constant loop and you're not getting out. Control Alt Delete in the program, get some new information so that you can get a different program. Jay says, a thought that comes back from the past. Yes. You have to interrupt that thought or it's going to take you
Down memory lane.
and keep you
And,
there.
and in business, a lot of times those thoughts are, oh, this is not going to sell, or so and so. You know, you can get one customer who didn't like it, but you got hundreds of orders. Come on, people.
Tell
Or
that story.
can I have this in red? You know what I'm saying?
Did
No.
did you ever tell that story of the young man who created the rapid ramen cooker?
Girl, please.
He,
Oh
he
my gosh, Chris, he had developed that top ramen. You know, a lot of kids eat top ramen, especially in college. Noodles, and so he created a cooker that you could put in the microwave because most kids had microwaves, and it was selling like hotcakes. He developed it. He went through all the prototypes, the whole thing, got the patent, and was selling these cookers online. And he gets this email. He and his wife are sitting in the living room packaging up this stuff because they just started the business. And it
and
wasn't in the day
there was product all over, all
packaging it. And
over
she's
the
literally driving this stuff to the post office. Okay. And he gets this email saying, this is a dumb idea. Nobody wants a noodle cooker. Anybody can cook this in the microwave. And he just freezes. He actually goes into depression because he's so focused on that one email. Meanwhile, his wife is like, snap out of it. We got orders that coming in. You know, sometimes you need somebody to tell you to just, hey, look, snap out of it. You actually are doing business here, people.
it's that, and it's like Jay said, the thought coming back from the past, somebody who told you that you couldn't do it. Now you're no longer at rest. Now you're like, oh my God. And it may have been a person of authority, an authority figure in your life. It could have been something, maybe somebody you equated with authority that said something to you, and now the brakes are on.
Mm-hmm.
And this, and again, like Terry said, the man had orders stacked up in the living room that he's shipping out.
I mean,
And one word. What's the one trigger that's keeping you from resting? That was a trigger. That was something that was happening in his head that kept him from going forth. And thank God his wife was sitting there to interrupt
yes.
that program.
Mm.
Right. And here's Jill's comment. I recently met and heard Chris, the Rapid Ramen creator. He's an amazing mind. He has an amazing mindset about other people's thoughts. His response is, watch, I'll show you. Right. But his wife had to jolt him out of that because he was like,
he was ready to just succumb to criticism. So one
other people,
the evidence, he was operating in the evidence. The evidence was saying one thing, and his comment was saying that.
And when we're talking about are you at rest, you're going to be doing activities. You're going to be putting postage on. You're going to be calling your clients, and you're going to do your business activities. But your mind should be at rest while you are doing it. You should just be, okay. Some people call it zenned out or whatever, but you should just be doing what you do at peace.
Fixed and focused.
Yeah. Fixed and focused. You have a plan. You're carrying out your plan. If there's a part of the plan, I like Jill. Jill she's way cool. If there's a part of the plan that's not working, you will tweak that part of the plan, get a new part of the plan. If the whole plan is not working well, you will get another plan, but you're not going to freak out about it because you know who you are and what you do.
And you fight fear
with a plan. Jay says it's hard to delete what goes on in our brain because people don't have the skills to delete what's going on. Okay, Jay, I am going to leave that up and let's talk about that. In order to change a program, like on a computer program, you're going to need to go get some different information to program. And to delete what's on your brain and in your brain, you're going to have to go to a different source of information, if I can say it that way. You may need to get a new environment. Maybe back in the day when people had, they were dealing with consumption, I guess it's called, was that tuberculosis or something? They would move to like Arizona to a drier climate. They would pack up and move from one environment to another to get relief, to get what they needed to get. You may need to leave the environment you are in to go get what you need. Now, Terry and I you need to check your environment. What is your environment telling you? Jill can speak to that too. Whatever is happening around you is contributing to your thought process.
And we talk about this. We've talked about this before. You have to be careful who you let speak into you, because the people that we are closest to often are insensitive or not aware or just don't realize how much we value what they have to say to us and how it affects what we do. I was in a class the other day, and you should have heard some of the stories that people were talking about their childhood. These are people who are in their 50s, 60s. One young lady was in her 20s, but I mean, just so a lot of times you have to, even though those people are close to you or were responsible for bringing you up, sometimes you have to go back and get a new thought.
Right. And getting a new thought requires a new environment. Where are you getting your information? I believe we made mention about this. Who are the mentors? Who are your digital mentors? Who do you push play on in the morning? What are you doing to change the information that is coming to you? Because if you want to go to a new level, you need some new information. You cannot get to a new level with the same information that you have right now. The information that you have now will keep you at the level where you are. In order to get to a new level, you're going to need a new thought, and that new thought requires some new information to move you up and away.
And sometimes you have to change. If you can't change, because she says, because people don't have the skills to delete what's going on. Okay, so you may not be able to delete what's going on in your personal life right now, or in your, let's say you work for somebody, but when you're working on your own stuff, you can go to Starbucks. You can stop sharing information with those people who are discouraging you. Because I know when I started my business, I didn't tell anybody until I made a profit. Because then I knew this is a profitable business. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. And Jay says the Bible is my friend. And Jay, you are right. But and in addition to that, Jay, I'm going to tell you, get around some people who can help you see the Bible more clearly. Does that make sense?
I agree with you.
Yes, I got some revelation the other day, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, that's a new." And that little bit of information that I learned from the person who was teaching from the Bible is going to elevate me a little more, because I have a new information. Here's the thing: you can't do better if you don't know better.
That's true.
So the more you know, the better you will be. And Jill says your environment is strong. Your environment is strong. Okay, let me just go to the next one. Until your will is stronger than your environment. Your environment is strong until your will is strong. Oh, that's very good. I get it. I get what she's saying. Your environment is strong until your will becomes stronger than your environment. You need to change it,
because you are making up your mind what you're going to believe. You have free will.
Right. We do not have to be puppets. We get to choose
what environment we want to be in.
Right.
And even how we're going to allow that environment to affect us.
Right.
Because a lot of times many people have come out of very poor environments to thrive and to help others who have been similarly situated.
I'm going to say this because Jay says, I pray for Jehovah to help me understand the Bible and go to church regularly. Okay, Jay, I'm going to tell you this. Where you go to church is a matter of life and death. Because you need to be in a place that is going to help you grow. There are a lot of churches who don't know much. They're saying things that may not actually be what God was referring to. So you're going to have to pick those people carefully too. Just saying. So, and Jill, thank you. I meant your environment is stronger than your will until your will is stronger than your environment. Thank you, Jill. Excellent point. You gotta put yourself. Okay, what happens if you put a plant in the wrong environment? The climate is not right. Okay.
And not only that, some plants have to have a period of dormancy. Like poinsettias, they have to go dormant for a period of the year and then they come back. Some things are annual, some things are seasonal, some things are. Does that make sense?
Right. But the plant has to be planted in the right environment for it to thrive. We all need to be in the right environment for us to thrive. And we want this place where you come here will be a place where you can come here and get some information to thrive from someone else in the chat, from what, we're just sharing some things that we came across during the week or what have you. But we are here to help you thrive. you should be at rest. Your mind should be at rest in whatever it is that you're doing. You should not be panicking and like, oh my God, is it going to work? I don't know.
Hmm.
You shouldn't be panicking.
Hello, Gabriella.
Gabby,
Hmm.
it should be a place of rest. Your business should be so fun and effortless. I mean, when I say effortless, I don't mean it shouldn't be a hassle for your hustle. That's what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Jill says, I'm a phone setter. I go, 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 then I retreat. See, she understands her. Like I was talking to somebody today. If you're looking for a good editor, I found one and I can give you.
Oh, good.
I was talking to them today and she said, I'm not good at doing my writings or anything unless it's mid-morning or early afternoon. She
Exactly.
understands her. Yeah, don't make any decisions when you're tired, hungry, or your feet hurt. Not a good time to do that. And so she recognized that. She was working on something. She said, let me just put this down and I'll look at it in the morning. She said, boy, I'm glad I looked at it this morning because last night it was, and she didn't.
I'm telling you, and I am not good after 2, 3 in the afternoon. I was just like, you know what? I've already done 14 hours. I need to just do something relaxing.
You need to know who you are. Again, see, this goes back to who are you
Mm-hmm.
and why are you here? Who are you? If you know you are not good early morning, don't be trying to be an early bird when you're a night owl. Come on. There's some
And vice versa, yeah.
right. There are some people who are good and they just get going at 10 o'clock at night, 10, 11, 12, and they're just going, okay, you won't see me. So you got to find out who you are. Be okay. Be at rest with who you are, what you offer, the things that you do, and it's okay. Be you.
Mm-hmm.
So be at rest. That is our conversation for today. Anybody else want to have anything else to say over here before we check out? Other than the fact that if you're in the Sacramento area, we have First Monday tonight at
Mm-hmm.
52.
Season 52.
They are waiting on you, and we are waiting for you. If you're going to be there, it is going to be outstanding. We meet at 6 o'clock. Lennis Woods Mullins is going to be coming to talk to us a little bit. Brenna says owls are nocturnal. Why do they say night?
Ow. Why do they say night owl?
Brenna, we don't know
Where these terms come from.
If you are nocturnal like the owl, maybe that's the better way to say it, then you need to be nocturnal and operate it so. But tonight, Seasons 52, 6 o'clock p.m. And Jill says that environment quote was Paramahansa Yogananda, and she just wanted to give him props.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'm
Jill.
looking forward to seeing you too, Brenna.
And Ariana as well. So we're making some moves and we're doing some things. Just have some fun with it. Follow one another.
See you tonight, Jill.
Thank you. Follow one another. Get to know one another on here because you can't do it all. Okay, that DIY stuff is not good. Get somebody to help you.
Yep, and Brenna, you need to bring some cloths tonight. I'm sure people are looking for that.
Bring samples, my dear. And we're gonna do a breathing stuff, a Biz Chicks breathing
moment.
Session with Jill. So we're gonna do something for that too. We can just go all over there and just calm our chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then for everyone that is not here, Gabby, we'd like to get you on the program one day, and Jill Bernard, we'd like to also talk with you. So if you can send us a message over in the chat so we can get your contact information, that would be great. And Jay, thank you. I believe you do health and wellness things too. So I would be interested in hearing what you have to say as well. So everybody who's watched live on the replay, whether Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with TJ from New York City talking about social media and digital marketing.
I did my first TikTok.
Oh my
Over
gosh.
here. I put it up on my California Cover Ups Instagram. You got to check it out.
That has helped me every day. The Breathing Moments by Jill.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice name for an app. Breathing Moments by Jill. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, Jill, write that down.
Thank you, Terrell.
Thank you. So thank you so much. We are looking forward to seeing you again, and we appreciate you. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us today. Thank you for your attention and trust us with your attention.
Thank you. Wow, congratulations.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, Pat.
I'm gonna go check out Pat. I think I'm following you on TikTok, but we're over there on TikTok. Let's go play. Okay.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you tomorrow.